Hey everyone, it's Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy, and I have a few projects to share with you. I just cracked myself up. Um, these are just some quick little projects I did. Well, this one I did a long time ago and just have never shown it, and it inspired me to make this one this weekend. Today is Sunday, Father's Day. And I was going to do the video last night, but I was just, wasn't feeling it. So I'm doing a quick one early this morning. But this is not my design. This has been out there forever. This is just taking two envelopes and gluing them together, creating kind of like a little card folio. This collection, I don't remember which one it is. It's Authentique's. Yep, don't remember which one. So there you go. If you really want to know, I will look it up. But I had made this one first. You can see I popped up like a 3x4, layered it, and then popped it up on some extra chipboard. Ran some twine through there, added a couple buttons. The back I just left plain. And then it opens up like this. And you could either have this as your sentiment, or you could put a photo here. And then inside this pocket, you can do a gift card or a little, piece of cardstock, maybe with like a tab on it, so you can pull it out with the sentiment on that if you prefer. So I think I cut this out of like the branding strip when I did this. Like I said, I did a long time ago. I don't know, maybe a year or two ago. And just have had it in my stash. And so I then decided to make this one, and as you can see, I just picked different size envelopes. But this is a really quick, easy project to make for someone if you want to do that. For this one, I used Country Craft Creations Retro Men collection. I still have quite a bit left, but I mostly use scraps for this. And I wanted to use the B sides that don't have actual people on there. So, So I started with the turquoise, but then realized I probably would have wanted the, craft paper bag color around the whole thing, but this is what you get, just keep going. So this is not a 3x4. I just cut it down to be a 3x4. Well, no, it's a little bit smaller because this one actually is a 3x4 that says Gone Fishing. And I forgot, I was trying to make it so it wasn't with actual people on it. And so I just cut a scrap piece of paper and put that on top. I found this sticker in one of my other Father's Day collections. Added that. These are some kind of wood like embellishments. And then I had twine. It wasn't the right color, so I just inked it. Just took my ink pad and just kind of browned it up because it was a really light tan color. But I wanted it to kind of go, with the basket, of course. And then here is the back. This is a beautiful collection. It opens up like this, and I did fussy cut. I glued this on some cardstock first and then fussy cut around it. And then I do have where you can do a little tag if you want to. And of course you can add a photo here or do a sentiment. And then I do have a quick little tutorial I'll show you after this if you've never made one of these before. Like I said, it's really simple and fun to do. But on this one I did just put like a little photo mat in there. So again, you could put a photo mat with a pull tab on it so it's easy to come out. You can do it with design paper and add a little tuck spot for a gift card. Again, so it's easy to pull out. But yeah, that is it for that. Okay, if you don't know, now you know. I love teals and turquoises, so the colors of this is just what draws me. I don't know anybody that fishes, but it's just a really pretty collection. I again wish Tamara would just do a collection of all her checks and plaids from multiple collections. That would just be so fun. But I just absolutely love the fishing part of this collection. And then I just kept going, and not that I'm even using any of these for my husband, because I'm not, but I just kept going with the scraps. So this is from the same collection, but I used the barber style, and this is not made with envelopes. This is just a card. I had a card base in my stash. I just layered it up, This is a 4x4 cut apart. I did cut it down to just have where the diagonal lines are, and then I did my own matting on there because I wanted the blue in it. And then I think this was one of the die cuts. I did do some fussy cutting out of some of the paper, but this I think was the die cut. And I layered it on black cardstock and then popped it up. I did ink the edges, and it just opens up like this. But I thought that'd be really cute to give to someone who's like a barber or does hair, or like, you know, if their dad did, and it's just reminiscence, where they can reminisce on, you know, like a father-son, if, you know, they had that back in the day. But I just thought these were fun, so I'm just hopping on to share that, and I'll do a quick little tutorial real quick. So we'll just kind of set these aside. So all the measurements for everything really depends upon your actual envelope, because they're all different. And for this one on mine, the envelopes were a little bit like, you know, they weren't great quality envelopes. So I had to kind of reinforce my creases so that everything lined up. But this is just how I do it. But like I said, there are 1,000 different ways to use envelopes in scrapbooking. You can seal them up, slice a sliver off, create a page, you know, on both sides. That could be your pocket page. But don't ever throw away envelopes, because you can use them for other things. So here is what I do. Oh, let me do this first. I come in on most, because you can already see how this one, the way it's made, it gets bent when this folds over. So I do come in and just take like a little sliver. It's usually like a little pie piece. And I don't care if it's perfect or not. I just come in and trim it off. And then I do the same thing on the other side, which is always hard for me doing the left side. I'm just wanting like a little sliver. Okay, I want that a little bit more even. And I just trim that off. So we have that off of there. You could do the same thing for this one. No. Well, I'm going to on this one just because it's impeding on it folding properly. Otherwise, I would leave one just regular, because you seal it up anyways. And like I said, there's a ton of different ways to do this. I'm not saying this is the only way. Follow mine. I've made several of these before, and this just is what works for me. So I'm only tucking it in here to get it straight. So I want to make sure everything is lined up. You can paper clip it if you want to, and sometimes it's not totally straight. Again, because, you know, you might not have the best quality of envelopes. But the reason why we're doing this, and I just want to show you, so I folded this over, but what could happen is it could, I don't know if you guys can see, but it came over a little bit, just because obviously where the crease line is, it's a little, it'll push it forward. And if it does, you guys just go with it. Mine that I do, some of them have that. It really does not matter once you start layering. But again, this is just what works for me. You can rescore your line if you want to. When it's these easy projects, I don't waste a ton of time trying to get it totally perfect. Because again, some of these, you know, if you're making them for men, they just put these away and never look at it again. It's really for us. And now I did on, I think on my other one, where is my bone folder? I don't think I brought it over with me. I think I did score tape at the edge of where it, like right here, just so no glue seeps in on the other side. But, come over a little bit. You just, you know, come in and kind of force where you want the fold to be. And sorry, I can see the camera shaking. This will all get covered up, so don't worry that you can see where the glue was. And then it looks like this. And I just come back in because the only reason why I put this in here was to get it really lined up good. But, so now my little flap is out. And it looks like this. Then, depending upon, you know, how you like your measurements, I just come in and I will glue this on there. Again, you can use this pocket if you want to. You can add more cardstock and add like a flap coming out of the pocket. I'm just showing you guys briefly how I constructed this over here. And like I said, you can make mini albums, little folios. I mean, this is kind of a card folio. Like that. And then you do your decorative paper. And then for here, here's what I do. You might have something better. I don't know. So, you know, feel free. Okay, so I pretty much just kind of measured the size of the envelope. And then literally just old school crafting here. I just trace it and get a template. I'm never prepared for these videos. I'm always reaching over back to my other desk. So I just come in here, I get a template, just like this. I'm doing this really fast, but this is what it's like. But remember now I measured the whole thing as a whole, so when I come in, I'm gonna probably take off like 1/8 of an inch on the top. But I first come in and I cut on the inside of the lines. So just know that is kind of how I do it. Just coming in. And again, it's not perfect. It won't be totally straight. You can do it, you know, with your paper cutter and everything if you want to. This is just what works for me. And I like to see my line on the left side since I'm right-handed. So I'm just coming through like a 1/16 of an inch there. I really cannot see that with the shadow. Okay, we're gonna go this side because I can't see. And I know I probably just made that off, but you, and whatever you do, dry fit first. So you can see now if we come in and cut, and I'm gonna do this freehand because my paper trimmer's over there, but I need to be able to see. So I'm just gonna take off like 1/8 of an inch. Is that 1/8? I don't really know. That looks more like a 1/16. Ah! But you also could go in further. This is really crooked. But you guys get the gist. But you can go in further on your lines too, if you want to do that. Let me just take off a little bit of that. And I'm telling you, none of mine are exact, but you could see, you know, we have, can you guys see that? I don't know. Let me see. So imagine this one is down, but that's what it looks like. So then I just use this as my template for my decorative paper, and then make sure that you flip it when it's on the back, because these aren't always even, so it would look like that. And then to get down here, I just create another template too, and I just do a scrap piece of paper that's a little bit smaller than the size of the envelope. You can come in like this if you want to. I usually go up to the seam. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you tell? I don't know. Okay, well, looks a little blurry. But again, that could be my eyes because I still haven't gotten glasses yet. I mean, I'm not blind, but it's getting there. I am surprised that it's lasted this long, that I've made it to 40, well, July I'll be 49, because all my friends, my older friends, told me that it happened to them around like 43, 44, that they needed glasses. But I guess I'll say maybe I started seeing some blurriness like last year. So let's say 48. But I have one eye that's nearsighted, one eye that's, you know, far-sighted. Okay, so I did cut this down where there is a 1/16 of an inch on each side. So I cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter than the actual size of the height of the envelope, or the width, whichever way you're looking at it. So I'm just going to come in and trim this. And I do want to go on the inside. I just have to think of how I could do it where I could see, at least somewhat. And you can do this and then again just cut the bottom too. But I'm just going to come in and I just go on the inside of my pencil marks. It's not like it's a ton, so I'll still have to trim some off of the bottom. You could do it exact as you do it, and then should be able to just trim off the bottom and maybe the sides. And then let's just take this little piece off, which again I can't see with my hand there. So, okay, so this is our template, and it looks pretty good. I don't know if I can show you guys. So you can see kind of where it's at. That looks good. So what I do is whatever piece of paper I measure as a whole, like this is where I would have, you know, my border. And then I just would go through, line that up, and now cut that out using this as a template. So that's how, or if you really wanted to, you can use, you know, this piece. But again, that's just, I don't know, it's just where it works for me. Let's just try it and see. So yes, you are cutting twice, but you could save this and attach this to your style of envelope if you have a lot. So you don't have to keep doing it if you want to make more of these in the future. I've done that before, or I've kept this like in my notebook of things that, you know, I do. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but always dry fit. And if this is your first time doing this, I would practice on scrap paper before your pretty printed paper. And I was going to try to do a banner, but yeah, I decided not to. Maybe next year we'll do that. Okay, so dry fit, and then you're probably gonna have to trim some off the bottom. So that doesn't look bad, but let me just, and again, I'm freehanding this, so don't judge. Oh, I hate it when I can't see it though. Because sometimes you are, well, if you freehand, if you do it on a trimmer, it's not going to be crooked. But with this lighting, oh my gosh, that was way off. It's so crooked. Okay, let me try to even this up just a little bit. I can't actually see where it's crooked, I just know it was crooked. So, can you guys see that? Okay. So here is, just so you can kind of see the opening, and then you can find where your, you know, lines are. So for this one, I would probably go up just a little bit like that, just because I took extra off on the bottom. But see how there's a little bit, if that bugs you, just come in and trim a sliver off. But I promise you, once you get everything in there, it's all good to go. So that's how I do when I do my envelope anything. I've made albums out of envelopes, pages, any of it. That's what I do. Is this little thing's driving me crazy. Yeah, just, you know, make a little quick templates and then it's good to go. But this would be the front, and you have that. And I just think these are so cute. And like I said, I just made these last night. I don't know, I was watching movies, so it probably took me a few hours. maybe 4 between the two and trying to figure out like what I want on there. But it's just a nice fun project to do, and it's great for scraps, using those scraps up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this video. And your girl hit 10,000 subscribers. So like I said, we will be doing something. It's gonna have to be in July though, in like mid-July. Hopefully, that's what I'm gonna shoot for, because I have to make sure whatever I do it right, legally. More than likely, the prizes, you know, my giveaways are gonna be only US. And then we might do like a challenge too. If you guys have ideas, let me know. I would love to hear what you would like to do for helping me get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, let me know. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if there's any dads out there watching, happy Father's Day. Bye.